Touhou. It's time for Touhou. Yes, it's time for Pop-Up Gensokyo Jam versions go. We need more Touhous. You can never have enough Touhou. It's starting with music as well, fantasy mechanics. Alright? There's a lot of fantasy and there's lots of mechanics and overwhelming sensations. Got a whole rainbow and everything else, lots of characters everywhere. Do I recognize anyone? I probably should, but quick start raft of what? Oh my god, there's a lot of things here. Okay. There's a cavalcade of things. Raft of the Usamis. Yeah, let's go. Buddies, the rabbits. Short. Sumriko and her little brother find themselves in the middle of the ocean. Written by Mega Pig 9000. I think we've heard from Mega Pig plenty of times before. So that's cool. I don't remember. I don't remember what he's done before. They've done. I don't know. Art by DJ Thunderheart, music arranged by Jacoder for this project, music composed by Wookie Walk for a prior project. Okay, let's start with a raft of Usamis. Let's go. We're on a raft. We got rabbits. Like, Sumriko and her little brother Rio are enjoying a relaxing day at the beach. They've set out on a raft. So, how's that place been?
Gensokyo? Oh, yeah, it's been really great. I've been learning some of the local culture. I know how to do these fireworks style thingies now.
Ooh, can I see?
Well, I might be able to show you, actually. Do you think we're far out enough that people can't see us?
It looks like we're 2 kilometers up from the shore. I think if you use your powers close to here, we should be fine. 2 kilometers is a very long distance, you know. To be out in the ocean, that's really dangerous, but it's really dangerous, honestly.
Alright, here goes.
Boom! It's a smiley face sort of thingy-majiggies. Whoa!
Thank you. It's getting kinda cold. Should we head back?
Yeah, that sounds good. We just need to make up the 2 kilometers? We're 2 kilometers out? How'd that happen?
Dunno. We must have dozed off and drifted away. Don't sweat it, Rio. We can just both fly back, alright? Oh, only I can fly. Well, later, bro. Enjoy dying of thirst.
Sis, no!
You should have seen the look on your face.
It's not funny!
Sorry. Come on, you don't think I'd actually leave you, do you?
No, I'm just a bit scared, I guess.
Yeah, again, sorry. Don't worry, we'll find a way back. Let's see. I can't exactly carry the entire raft. There's too many beachgoers. Someone's bound to see that.
Who said anything about flying? Can you, like, waterbend the raft to propel it forward? We can just say it was the tide.
Oh, that could work. 1, 2, 3.
Stop!
Alright, so that didn't work.
Maybe we ditched the raft. You can probably hover me back without attracting too many people.
You built this raft, didn't you?
Yeah?
Out of the question then. No way we're ditching this. Come on, we're Usamis. We'll think of a way.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, we need a plan. If we want to move the raft, then we should find somewhere to get oars.
Oars? With our noodle arms?
That doesn't matter. You can use your powers to row. Then we can make it look like we're rowing so the people on the beach don't get suspicious.
Oh, I like it.
But how can we get oars? I think the raft would fall apart if we took some wood off.
We need a way to get oars. Oh, I've got it. Be right back.
Sis? Alright, she goes to get sucked by into the dreamland. Whoosh. What?
I'm sorry, I had to go to Gensokyo. I got these from a junk shop. Alright, here we go. Stroke. Just like you planned. It works.
Phew. You know, the start of this adventure was a lot scarier than I thought it'd be.
Believe me, I know how scary things can get. Imagine being chased around by folklore. Eesh. But as long as you've got someone looking after you, things will be okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks to you too. Now, let's go.
Stroke. And that was okay, these are little short thingy-jiggies. Okay. Yeah, that's totally cool. That was fun. That was the raft of Usamis. That was cute little thingy-jiggy. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. It was neat little thingy-jiggy, that was it. Next up is Sword Protector. medium length. Okay, so this was like 4 minutes barely. So this is gonna be 10 minutes or something like that. Or could be half an hour. Who knows? Long, medium. Okay, that's fine. I can be here for a while. I can also pause and edit and make it look like I'm not gonna make it look smooth and transition-y. This doesn't work out. A newbie Hakurei Shrine Maiden has her first encounter with a local Komainu and seeks their guidance. Written by Solaris Sect, art by ZZ Sleepy, music by Funbil, special thanks to Kishinjo for Tamako's original design. Ooh, gotta get an original design. Hello there. Once upon a time, a kind and valiant maiden set upon the porch of her shrine, nestled atop a long, quaint hill. The shrine maiden had only been in the position for a few days, thinking about the big dreams of her future, and the even bigger expectations she feels weighing on her shoulders. The role of a Hakurei Shrine Maiden is venerable, and having been a mere common villager barely even a week ago, it's felt like a lot to take in at once. Is she truly ready for a life like this? Will she ever match up to those before? Or will she become a mere footnote in the history of those far more capable than she feels of herself? Tamako Hakurei's mind only continues to wander, and only continues to betray her, before a sudden voice snaps her out of her trance.
Hello.
Ah! The Shrine Maiden looks around wildly for a moment, trying to figure out where the voice must be coming from.
Is it one of the statues? Who is there?
Oh, sorry, I suppose I should introduce myself. Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, the statue transforms into a living yokai. The new visitor gives Tamako a bright smile. My name is Aon Kamano. I'm a Komainu that quietly watches over shrines and temples all across Gensokyo, but there's no spot I have loved more than this one.
Komainu. I feel like I've heard that before. Regardless, my name is Tamako Hakurei. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry, I still get a little shy with strangers. I'm really new to all this.
It's fine, you're certainly not the first newbie Shrine Maiden I've seen. Usually I tend to prefer just observing, but you seem down on your luck, so I figured I should check in. How are you doing?
Fine, just a bit stressed today. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Maybe talking will get my mind off things.
Oh, sure, ask away.
How long have you been watching over this shrine for?
I don't actually remember exactly. I suppose it would have been since around the time these statues were first constructed, so a good 200 or so years. But that was merely a statue until a few years ago, when the Seasons incident arrived. That's when I became proper yokai that could walk and talk.
Whoa, that really is a long time. Have you been around for basically every Hakurei Shrine Maiden?
Not counting before the barrier. Yeah, basically.
Okay, good to know. What was it like when you first became a yokai?
Really exciting. It felt amazing to be able to wander around Gensokyo freely and explore the outskirts of all the shrines I've been to before. Though I remember your predecessor being really surprised that I'd sort of just sprung into existence and whacking me around a bit on the first day. She was really nice to me afterwards, though.
She whacked you around the first time she met you?
She didn't realize there were Komainu at the shrine, so she thought I was an intruder at first and attacked me for answers. She apologized afterwards, though, so everything was fine.
Was she really as trigger-happy as everyone said?
A bit, admittedly. It's a bit of a stark contrast talking to you, actually. You're so much quieter.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, no, of course not. It just means you have your own way of going about things. There's no one central way to be a correct Shrine Maiden, it's about your own flow and laugh. What truly matters is just making sure you're the protector you're casted to be.
Would you say I've been doing a good job?
Well, admittedly it's a little hard to judge from just 1 week of observations. But you're kind, you're dutiful, you're decent at talking to the people coming by even if you can be a bit socially awkward. And there's been plenty of visitors to the shrine recently too. It's a lot to handle, especially at first, so I'd say you're doing quite well.
Thank you. I'll keep trying to do my best.
That's the spirit. There's just one question I have for you if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
What would you say is the importance of the Hakure Shrine in your eyes?
To be a place of unity, where humans and yokai can peacefully coexist with one another and share the same breath as one.
Ah, that's just what I like to hear. I think with that kind of mentality, not just yourself, and not just you, and the Hakure Shrine, but Gensokyo in general has a bright future ahead. So keep at it, you're doing great.
I will, don't you worry.
Alright, I have some other place to check as part of my own duties, but I'll make sure to keep paying regular visits, okay? You can always count on me if you need help.
You've been really nice to talk to, so I would certainly appreciate it, On.
Ah, shucks. I'm really just doing my job over here. But it's been very nice talking to you too, Tamako. See you later.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Another blink, and as Tamako gives a wave, Alan becomes a statue once more. I love the sound effects.
She probably travels between shrines in this form.
Tamako figures as she goes to sit back down again, only to be interrupted by a new sun presence behind her, slightly chilling the air.
Hello, Tamako.
The Shrine Maiden turns to meet the eyes of the ever so familiar voice of her mistress behind her.
Hello, Yukari. How are you doing? I'm doing just fine. And I'm quite glad to see you finally had the chance to meet the local Kamanu yourself. She's very nice. That she certainly is. Wait, how long were you watching that conversation for? I was merely peeking at the tail end of it. How are you doing yourself? You seem to be in good spirits. I was feeling pretty anxious just a bit ago, but An woke up and helped me out, so I'm feeling a lot better now. What was your anxiety about, if I may ask? Just the usual stuff about the position, you know? Well, don't forget, Tamako. You're quite young and still very new to your occupation as a Shrine Maiden. It's only natural to struggle at first. I know, it's just easy to get lost inside my own head sometimes. That it is. That it is. But I promise you that with more time and experience, you'll carve your own path as a Shrine Maiden. Perhaps an even better path than the ones before you, as I'm inclined to agree with Aon. It is the belief of myself and perhaps many more people around us than you might expect, that Gensokyo is safe in your hands. And with all of this being said, I also want you to keep in mind that even the greatest of protectors will still make mistakes here and there. To learn is to fail, after all. So everything will be fine in the end, so long as you believe it will be. Okay. Thank you for your help as always, Yukari. I promise that I'll try to keep clear head about things. It's no problem at all, Tamako. After all, to have your best interest at heart is to have Gensokyo's as well, no? I never thought about it like that before. I suppose you're right. I usually am. Regardless, I was here to quickly check in. I have some work of my own to attend to. Have a wonderful day, Tamako. You too. See you later.
And so, as the Gap Yokai disappears and the Shrine Maiden finally sits down to relax once more, she feels as if that weight on her shoulders is finally slipping away. Ah, well, that's nice little reassurances like, you can do it, it's fine, Miss Tamako. It's gonna be alright. That was neat. Next up, we have the neutral way. Oh, it is supposed to be natural way. I thought it was some kind of word. Neutral might, like, English has a lot of weird fucking words. It could be neutral. Yeah, actually, let me check it for a second. Is neutral actually a word? Neutral. Is it a word? No, it's not. Nope, it's just a misspelling of natural. Okay. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and it turned out not to be the thing. Anyway, the natural way, log. So, it's, yeah. So, the medium was 10 minutes, essentially. One day, Kutaka's egg hatches. I don't know who Kutaka is. I don't remember. We've encountered her maybe once or twice. But, you know, it's a new life. Baby life. It could be something else entirely. Anyway, written by Molly Yancey, art by Molly Yancey, music by Wokiwok for this prior projects, Final song by Saisho for this project. Oh, there's a final song. Ooh. Hey, with a natural way. Kutaka.
One morning, one of my eggs hatched into a baby chick. The first thing I did was call my boss. Miss Shiki, I told her, I had a baby. The line on the other side was silent.
You... what?
A baby, ma'am. Just this morning.
A baby.
Yes, ma'am.
This morning. Today.
Yes, ma'am. Just now. A noise came from the other end, but I couldn't tell what emotion she was expressing.
Kuraka, I didn't know you were pregnant.
We chickens don't get pregnant, ma'am. More silence.
From an egg then?
Yes, ma'am.
I see. From an egg. And did you apply for this in advance with the office?
No, ma'am. I didn't know it would happen.
You didn't know?
No, ma'am. It just happened. I can't apply for something in advance if I don't know if it's going to happen, I thought, but I didn't dare say it.
So you mean to say that the baby just hatched from an egg this morning, and you didn't know it was going to happen?
Yes, ma'am.
How, may I ask?
I'm not sure, ma'am. I paused. But you know, ma'am, gods work real mysteriously. All sorts of strange ways they get born, written there in these books and all, washing their noses in the river and the like. My boss made a long, thoughtful noise of approval.
Divine birth. I see.
She seemed pleased.
What a joyous occasion! Will you still be coming in to work today?
Oh, well, ma'am, I don't know. I hesitated, cringing, worried I'd gone and ruined the good mood. Many times she's told me, don't you say I don't know as an answer. You've always got to have something. But here I really didn't know. Maybe I can bring him with me, I suggested.
It's a he?
I think so, ma'am.
Can't you just leave it at home?
No, I mean, I don't think so, ma'am. Can't be leaving a baby at home by himself.
Well, is it a bird or a baby?
I think it's both, ma'am.
I love this conversation.
She sighed.
Kutaka, it's not like we offer maternity leave or anything, you know?
I know, ma'am.
And even if we did, you would have had to apply for it well in advance.
She paused.
And?
She continued again, more to herself now than to me.
That would depend on whether we'd even approve it after you apply.
A baby's going to be born anyway, whether the office approves it or not, I thought. My boss got real talkative like this a lot, and I knew by now. With all my experience, I wasn't in particular trouble with her or anything like that. She just had a lot to keep in order. Because other people never do their jobs, right, she says. And once in a while she has to remind herself of everything in case she forgets to. Honestly, she was real nice most of the time, and I felt bad for her sometimes. Especially now because I was causing her more trouble. When I honest to goodness didn't mean to go and have a baby like that.
And?
She continued for a second time.
We don't do bring your child to work day like the ones do on your mountain.
She sounded a little proud.
No offense.
None taken, ma'am. Not like hellfolk to be going around having kids and all.
Right.
Another pause.
Well, I suppose there's not much else we can do.
In the end, after some more consideration from the boss, I was allowed to take the baby with me to work. When I got hired, I was real excited to get the job, so I said I wouldn't mind the commute all the way from the mountain. That lasted maybe a month before I started getting all tired out. Because we chickens can't fly much, or maybe we just don't like flying much, but I didn't dare try to explain that to the boss. I figured they all thought, well, a bird is a bird, and birds fly. Even around here, people who aren't much of a bird still fly around no problem, so I thought it was a pretty sorry excuse. Being a chicken, though, I had no problem getting up early and taking my time getting over to my post. And even most days I'd end up there a good half hour early or so that was my solution for a good while. But now I had gone and taken up all this time phoning the boss lady, and then finding some sort of blanket and wrapping up the baby real close and tight to my chest so he wouldn't fall out. By then I realized I was going to have to fly for real all the way to work if I wanted to make it on time. The problem was that the baby was darn heavy. I felt like if I kept it up for too long, that my arms and back would get real sore by the end of the day, which they were already starting to do. The other problem was that when he hatched, he was a regular bird. But I guess once he saw me the way I usually am, he went and changed himself and copied me. This way, of course, he was a lot bigger and heavier, and I couldn't get him to turn back. Or rather, I only could when I did it to myself too, but I couldn't get to him to stay that way when I went back to normal. I got used to being the way I am now and started carrying all sorts of things with me to work, like a lunchbox and such. And it was just plain impractical to do that as a chicken, so that was the situation. I was trying to get him to stay like a bird so that I could carry him easier. But anyway I went, he would do the same too. Eventually he just got tired and fell asleep. I was running out of time, so I wrapped him up and carried him along. It was a great day with nice weather, clear weather, but I was so worried I'd wake him up that I wasn't able to enjoy it. I spent most of the commute stressed. Every little movement I made, I'd hold my breath, look down at him to see if he was going to wake up. And I'd be so focused on him that I would keep dropping things and having to pick them up again. But since I was holding a baby, it was a lot more effort than normal just to turn around and get it off the ground. My muscles hurt like crazy, and I wished I would have got to exercise if I knew I was going to have a baby. Dilemmas and water. I started inching closer and closer to moving like normal since he wasn't waking up. By the time I finally got to my post, I was even flying harder than I normally do since I was so late. So I felt it like it was a waste of effort in the end. But I was glad that he was sleeping soundly. And that he didn't feel the need to cry, since chickens don't know how to do that.
Oh, that's convenient.
Around midday, Komachi came around.
Show me the baby.
She said first thing. I showed her the baby.
Damn, her hair is so soft. Cute.
She smiled, ruffling his hair. He's a boy, I told her.
The hell?
Komachi muttered to herself, her eyebrows going all confused.
Oh yeah, what'd you name him?
I blinked. Ah, I realized I forgot to name him.
Ah, you damn burn brain.
She laughed hard. I knew she didn't mean it as any insult, since I'm always going on calling myself a bird brain too. And she calls herself even worse things. It's true and honest just who I am. Though the boss said she couldn't count it as a medical condition.
Well, think of something. Or else I'm gonna name him after the last poor starving child soul I just dragged across the river.
She teased. No, that's awful. I laughed with her.
It's not awful. It's our deepest respect for this short, wretched life.
She jokingly mimicked the pose of an old Buddhist monk.
But really, you gotta think of something, because Eiki said you should take him to Moria to get blessed and all, so he needs a name.
Suddenly, there were so many points of interest in my mind, and all of them seemed equally interesting to follow up on. Miss Shiki said that?
Oh yeah, she told me this morning. Like, Kataka had the baby. Kataka had the baby. All excited.
I realized why she knew right away when she had come over to talk to me.
She said it was like, spontaneous or something, right? Cause I'd freak out if it was me.
I nodded, but I realized I didn't feel the same way. I didn't know if having a baby was something to freak out over or not. Was I supposed to?
Well, anyway, about the name.
She suddenly looked kind of serious.
You think he's like a god or something? Cause I was wondering if we should name him something real auspicious.
I was certainly a god myself, so hearing that I considered that he could be too. But I realized I didn't quite remember what auspicious meant. As usual, Komachi was able to read it off of my face.
You know, like the venerable young girl poultry god of surprise children. Something real nice so that he doesn't go collecting misfortune from a bad name.
Misfortune? I realized that there was a lot more to go into naming a baby than I thought, of which I had given no thought to at all.
I find a couple of little guys like that now and again, and you gotta, like, grab them by the feet and shake out all the bad energy from them before you bring them across.
She squeezed the baby's tiny legs, and he smiled wide at her. Don't do that to him, I pleaded, though I was kind of relieved they got along. I tried to remember the name she just came up with, but I was getting confused with the order. I wasn't sure if I would be able to remember all that every time I called for him. And how you even turn it into a nickname, I had no idea. I looked at him, and he stared back at me, smiling. I'm no good at telling quite what a baby is thinking. But I figured he was just as lost as I was. I thought a bit more. Can he be the god of something easier? I suggested, hoping she would come up with a shorter name for him. Her face scrunched up.
I don't know. That's about the best I can do.
Besides, I'm not quite certain what he might be the god of. Gotta decide that on his own, you know, think. Sometimes we grow into it. Komachi nodded.
Right, makes sense.
I was relieved that she had let up that easily.
Just gotta raise him right so he'll be in charge of something useful when he grows up, yeah? Because there's tons of those gods all over who say they're in charge of something important, and then you go look and it's just some old abandoned rice paddy that nobody has used in a couple of decades.
She snickered.
Like seriously, you don't even have a job, and nobody's even praying to you. You're just freeloading off the main god of the shrine you've been using.
I nodded again. I had met a few of those folks myself, but I never really paid them much mind. I suppose it was more of a bother to the boss and her office than it was to me, the way they deal with expenditure and such.
So we gotta make sure he gets a real nice name and a nice honest line of work.
She pointed at him, as if she was telling this to him instead of to me, and started talking in a real cute voice I had never heard her do before.
And a nice big shrine somewhere near the village so he get lots of people come by, right?
She ruffled his hair, and he smiled again at her. Guess he was alright with her plan. I didn't know I had to be thinking about his future this early on, since he was just born today and all, and wondered why suddenly I had become a parent if I didn't know about things like educating him or making him auspicious. I started to feel real useless.
And you're so darn cute. I bet all the donations you get offset the startup costs 100 years early.
She continued, squeezing his fat red cheeks. I got a little alarmed and tried to think of something to stop this before she'd go and snatch him right out of my arms for herself. Komachi, I cut in. She looked up at me, and her expression went right back to normal old Komachi. What if he isn't the god after all? I was getting nervous thinking about this, and my voice barely came out. There was an unthinkable amount of fraud I'd be in for if we built a shrine and he turned out to be just a regular chicken. But I was getting real nervous thinking about all that work he'd be doing as a god like I do, for hundreds of years, with no end in sight. I realized that in my heart, I was hoping he wouldn't be a god.
What? Like he's just a normal chicken?
She looked a little disappointed, and my heart dropped. Was being a normal chicken a bad thing? She stood there considering it, and after a moment, her face got bright again.
I mean, I suppose that's not too much of an issue. Just gotta raise him the same way. Nice and honest, and just build up some good karma for him instead. Should sort him out just fine for the office.
I wondered what the office had to do with him, thinking back about the boss and her maternity leave. But then I realized that she was talking about how they'd process my baby in the afterlife. I looked at him, real soft and tiny and wrapped up in his little blanket, and I felt tears start to well up in my eyes, which made me feel bad for being so sensitive. I guess it was regular for a Shinigami to be thinking about it, but to me, I wasn't ready at all. If he really was a regular chicken, I felt like it wouldn't be enough time together.
Oh, don't worry.
Komachi looked a little flustered, probably because she went and made me cry.
If he doesn't make it to heaven this time because he's just chicken, surely next time he'll be all good to go, right?
She smiled all embarrassed, probably thinking of a way to make it better.
For starters, we can schedule his transport across the river ahead of time, you know? Let me go ahead and take a look at his lifespan.
No, you really don't have to. I pulled the baby close, hiding him from her, and she frowned. He was nice and warm, and I didn't need any more Shinigami help today.
Okay.
She shrugged dramatically. I knew she was trying to help, but it just made me realize how much of a no-good parent I was going to be. And I didn't like it. I felt awful. Sorry, Komachi. I really don't know why I got chosen for having a baby. Sounds like you'd be a lot better. I was serious there, but she just laughed at me and made me feel even worse.
Hell no! There's 100 and so reasons I can't do that. And there's already plenty of them running around the riverbank that Eiki told me I gotta keep track of.
Komachi stood there thinking for a moment, and then her eyebrows went straight up. She looked like she had just found an incredible idea. Komachi turned to me with a kind of grin that I only ever see on Shinigami.
Actually, Kutaka, you're a genius.
I blinked. She had just called me a bird brain earlier.
That kid! That one that stacks rocks.
She stared at me right in the eyes, grinning, expecting me to follow along. I think I knew which one she was talking about.
I'm gonna adopt her.
I was so taken aback that I didn't know what to say.
Or like, I'm gonna adopt her and tell Aki, like, that she was divine birth or something like that.
She nodded at the baby and pointed at herself.
By me!
My mind was spinning too fast to even make sense of what she was planning.
And that way,
she jabbed her finger in the air for emphasis, but paused and turned away, thinking for a moment, before spinning back and grinning at me again.
That's how I get her!
I was completely lost. I could only let out a weak, what do you mean? Feeling completely overpowered by the sudden change in energy.
What do you mean, what do I mean? Because I've been like proposing to her for like 50 years? And she still says no every single time. So I gotta think outside the box. I gotta baby trap her.
She tapped the side of her head with her finger and looked at me dead in the eye, getting real close and grinning even wider.
And you just gave me the way to do that.
I had known Komachi for what I thought was forever, but this was the first time I think I had truly witnessed the pure form of a Shinigami's mind hidden below her outer shell. And I had never seen her so focused, especially not on something so terribly insane. She stared at me in silence, a few seconds passing between us. Slowly, she nodded and put her hand on my shoulder, smiling with resolve.
Thank you. Seriously.
She pulled back, standing up straight, and nodded again with full conviction.
Gonna go find that jellyfish kid.
I stood there in shock, unable to do much of anything. It was all so sudden.
See ya!
She waved cheerfully as she skipped backwards away from me, toward the river where she came from. I looked down at the baby, and he looked up at me with sleepy eyes, completely unaffected by the raw power he had just witnessed. I didn't quite know what to do, so I just pet his head, and he yawned. He'd be spared from the god of death today. About 20 meters away, Komachi suddenly skidded to a stop on one foot.
Oh yeah, if you want to get some help raising a kid, you should ask Urumi.
Urumi. I had heard the name before, but I didn't realize she knew about kids. I nodded back to Komachi, giving her a weak wave. She grinned and threw out a strong thumbs up before turning around and jogging away. My mind was exhausted from all that had happened since this morning, and my legs even more so from holding a baby chicken all day. But it was slowly settling in that I would have bigger problems if I didn't figure out how to raise him. And so I dragged both of us toward the docks after work to find Urumi. I actually hadn't ever met her before, but people assumed we knew each other for some reason. Standing by the riverside and taking in the smell of fresh water, I took a breath and looked up at the sky. The sun was heading down, and the blue was fading into yellow and orange. I paused and listened softly to the gentle sound of water flowing by, and all sorts of river birds that were relaxing in the grass and on rocks and in the water. The baby was fast asleep again, too. Surely these birds all know what to do when their eggs hatch, I thought. It made me feel a little more at ease seeing nature work so well. With a sigh, I headed up the dirt path to the docks to see if I could find Urumi.
Okay. Kataka!
It seemed like she had found me first, and I was relieved. Urumi looked a lot different than I expected. But she was already carrying a baby in her arms, so I was welcome to whatever she had to offer. That's me, I replied, trying to smile. I was tired. She smiled back.
Thought it was you. Yeah, nice to meet you. Komachi told me you got yourself a little twerp of your own.
I blinked. Suddenly I wasn't so sure. Well, I suppose so, I stammered back. I was hoping those weren't the exact words Komachi had used. They absolutely fucking were, you know it.
Well, congrats. Now you can join the cool mom club. She's dark cutie.
He's a boy, I thought, but I didn't have the energy anymore. To be honest, I didn't know you had a baby yourself, ma'am, I admitted. But I'm real happy to hear it, because in honesty, I don't think I know quite what I'm doing, and I think I need some help. I heard before that people are most honest when they're with strangers, and it was painfully true for me at this moment. I had just said what I thought I was too scared to ever say, just like that. But she nodded all thoughtfully like she understood.
Ah, don't get so worried about it. It's pretty easy, actually.
She gestured toward her own baby. I looked, but since the light was going down, it was a little hard to see. It looked like her baby was sleeping soundly too.
He's pretty chill. Like, people always say that your life is pretty much over once you have a kid. Because you gotta spend all your time on them and all. But honestly, not a lot changes. You can take them anywhere and they'll be fine.
She shrugged, smiling.
Like you brought her to work, yeah? Probably gonna leave her all sorts of stuff bringing her there, so it's good for him to go place with you, definitely.
Do you bring your baby to work, ma'am? I wasn't sure what kind of job she had, other than that she was apparently at the docks a lot.
Yeah, he likes fishing. I even tried him out as a fishing lure the other day, and he was real good at it.
She laughed, adjusting him in her arms. I wasn't sure if she was joking, or maybe I just hadn't heard her right. I figured in situations like these, it was best to just play along and not spoil the joke, just in case. It seemed like she didn't notice me getting all confused, so she went on.
And honestly, they're pretty chill at parties and stuff, like, who knows how many times the little guy's been to the bar with me.
The bar. This time I was sure I'd heard that correctly.
And there were a few times where I was so wasted because, like, the other one only was hanging out with us that day, or whatever. And I would wake up next morning with everyone else kicked out on the curb, and I would be like, ah, shoot, totally forgot to feed him.
She laughed lightly.
But kids are pretty chill about it if you forget to feed them once or twice, actually.
Urumi said this with such confidence that I felt like I had to believe her, even if it sounded completely wrong. All day, I had been giving the baby handfuls of seeds that I usually kept as a snack for myself. But I wondered if he needed something different instead, and now I just wasn't sure at all. I was still real confused thinking about bringing a baby out drinking, especially with some of the heavy drinkers in the hell parts. She looked at me casually and smiled. I felt like I had to smile back, so I did.
So yeah, like, don't worry about it, you can still have fun like normal. Kids don't really mind all the roughhousing. Honestly, I feel like the other people are too careful with them. You gotta let them get knocked around a little, cause it makes them tough and all.
She pointed at her baby and walked closer to me.
Like this little guy, huge for Danmaku, like seriously.
Babies can do Danmaku battles too, I thought. Certainly I had seen pets thrown around once in a while, but I didn't know it was okay to do with the kids too. I felt the immense weight of all the things I still had to learn.
You could just toss the kid at other people and they're like, try to catch him, but the thing is they count as a bullet, right? So it's an automatic win for you.
I guess playing by the rules. That's one way to play the. Urumi said that confidently. It sure sounded like a good strategy. I looked at my baby. He was curled up gently, fast asleep and breathing lightly. He seemed especially small and soft in his blanket. And breakable. I thought about throwing him as a Danmaku, and my whole body shuddered. I decided against it after all. Ma'am, would that be okay for their heads? I asked, feeling a little awful that I wasn't agreeing with her.
Kids' heads are hard as rocks.
She said back, smiling big and knocking on her baby's head with her knuckles. It sounded little metallic.
Kid's taking tons of headers and he's fine. Honestly, he's like a damn genius or something. I just got this feeling about him. Gonna be a star. Okay, is that actual puppet?
Her baby didn't look very much like a genius to me, but I thought I should keep it to myself. I realized that the baby didn't even cry when she had hit him on the head. In fact, he didn't even flinch or stir in his sleep. I had the impression that despite his mother's parenting style, he was remarkably well behaved. I thought again about what Komachi had said about raising the baby right and honest, and about my stressful flight this morning, and figured this was as good a chance as any to ask Urumi her opinion on the matter. He seems like a right good baby, ma'am. Do you have any tricks on keeping babies so quiet like that?
What, does your ears cry or something?
She looked disgusted.
Just gotta give a healthy dose of fear to keep him in line. Should keep him from crying or getting sick or all that.
It sounded a little harsh to me, but I figured she knew what she was talking about since her baby didn't cry. Fear, ma'am? How should I go about that? I asked, realizing I was completely unaware that yokai babies should be fearful of something too.
Any way you see fit, really.
She shrugged casually. Honestly, if the kid's being a nuisance...
Oh wait, no. Honestly, if the kid's being a nuisance, just eat him.
Eat them?
Yep.
I thought she'd suggest I beat them, but this was unexpected to me.
No, seriously.
She smiled.
Or at least threaten them. There's some lady up the mountain who just pops her kids in her mouth if she ends up not liking them. Just say, if you keep being a brat, I'll sell you to the Yamanamba. And usually they shut up. Or if they don't, tell them about her giant teeth crunching in their bones and her cooking bad little children in the oven.
I get it. I stopped her, feeling a shiver go up my back. I had no clue a lady like that lived on the mountain, and it got me real worried for my own safety, being a chicken and all.
But honestly, you can just eat them before yourself if you're really hungry.
She grinned. I started to understand that maybe yokai mothers had different methods of parenting than I thought. My mind was scrambling trying to decide just what to do. Brightening her tone again, she said,
Speaking of, I'm probably going to head to the bar again for tonight, if you want to come along.
I declined her offer, exhausted.
Cool, we should totally hang out again sometime though. And discuss parenting and all that.
She waved. Hard to find other good moms around here.
Hard to find other good moms around here. Tons of crazy ones, right?
Urumi rolled her eyes and smirked. We exchanged our farewells and went our separate ways. Tired, I sat down again at the riverbank, the last bit of twilight going away into darkness. The river was quieter with the sounds of crickets and bugs in the grass, and a lone frog croak off in the distance. The gentle smell of the river and its wildlife was relaxing to me, like returning to primal nature and its ways. And the evening air was nice and cool, and more importantly, peaceful. My mind was spinning from all that had happened today, and I needed a moment to sort it all out. I need a moment to drink my water. I looked down at the baby, who had quietly opened his eyes, and I gave him some seeds, which he ate contentedly. He was undoubtedly a bird to me, as was I a chicken myself. I sighed and looked out to the river, thinking about all the ducks and swans and herons and all the other birds living out there, and the eggs they laid and raised to become birds themselves. Looking at it nature-wise, it seemed easy, like I just know what to do, too, and I felt relieved for a moment. It isn't really hard being a chicken, and surely it wouldn't be real hard to raise a chicken either. I thought again about all that Komachi and Urumi had said, and even what the boss had told me about work. On the yokai side, there was so much I didn't know that I didn't know, and it seemed near impossible. Gaining karma and flying to work and toughening up and all of it in between felt like too much. Divine birth too. I wondered what the purpose was. I felt completely unfit to be a yokai, if all this stuff was obvious to everyone else but me. Still, gotta give you a name, I mumbled to myself, looking at the baby. He stared back at me and chirped sweetly. Pee-pee. Tired as could be, I decided Pio was indeed a good enough name, since he'd be reminding me of it all the time. Let's go home then, I sighed, slowly standing up and adjusting Pio in his blanket. Gotta do it all again tomorrow. Aw. Well.
Aw, the natural way. That was... enlightening, interesting, fascinating. I really enjoy that. And now... that was really good. And now it's time for a pause. And unpause. It goes silent when you unpause it. Anyway, we're going to continue. We're going to continue with the Touhous with the, pop-up Gensokyo jam build. Oh, also, there might be racetrack noises because I live next to a racetrack, because that's a really great thing to live next to as a voice actor. Yay, that's... Yeah, that's great. I had a thought about something that I was thinking, but I forgot about it. No, it's... Yeah, racetracks, right. Racetracks. Everyone's moving to electric, but like with the horses, combustion things aren't gonna go away. Cause like, have you listened to like an F1 racetrack noise? Those, like the old ones from like 20 years ago or something like that. Was so fucking amazing. And NASCAR, when the NASCAR cars go by the thing like, that sounds so fucking cool though. Like it's gonna remain as a niche thing, obviously. Like horses still exist, but they don't do any agricultural transportation. Same thing with combustion engines. They're gonna continue because people like the big booms and the big engine noises and like that. I don't want them to go away. I want them to not be near me when I'm doing things, but I like them. They're so cool. It's the rumbling noises of the engines are cool. I like them. In select environments specifically. Anyway, back to Touhou's. The Touhou's, the young spirit, medium. Komachi comforts a grief-stricken spirit. Content-worthy story is partially about the death of a child. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess you can skip ahead. I'm gonna have to include. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. No, I haven't done any content warnings before. I'm not gonna do this one. I'm not gonna include that. I never do. You're here. If you're here, you should know that I mean, this would be more useful at the beginning of a video, but whatever. I don't censor anything, and I'm okay with any kind of topics. So yeah, beware of that. We're like an hour in. Anyway, young spirit. Word by, I should read the credits afterwards. Then anyway, Komachi. Docking my boat at the shore, I stretched my arms out of relief for another job well done. The day was a slower one than usual. Not many spirits had come in, allowing me to take my own pace for ferrying them to the other side. This relaxed pace, ironically, let me transport the spirits at a faster rate than my usual, meaning that I got to have an early, well-deserved, ethically supplied break for once. Yay, we love ethically supplied breaks. Although unethically ones are very, very delicious as well, like very nice as well. Anyway, even Miss Aki wouldn't have grounds to lecture me for this. Oh, I'm sure they can find reason. If someone wants to berate you, they'll find a reason. They always do. All the spirits are humans who had died normal deaths. Age, illness, a work accident, nothing out of the ordinary. Except one who had apparently died while trying to do a viral challenge. Yeah, that'll happen. That's happened. That's actually happened. People, goddamn. That was the fucking Skullcracker challenge or something. A couple years ago. That was so fucking stupid. People do really stupid things for online viral trends. God, what else was there? Bunch of different stupid ones. Like people dangling their phone by like just barely holding it on the edge with 2 fingers. And like, oh, whoops. Sometimes it slipped and fell. You lost your phone. Who would have fucking guessed that could happen? Wow. Or like the ice bucket challenge. You got some people like got pneumonia or something from that. Like it's literally a shock to your system. Like you're not supposed to dive into ice cold water or have it poured over you like that. That's literally unhealthy. It's literally stressing your entire body out. Like a bunch of millions of other things. People do so many stupid things. Some are more dangerous than others. Don't follow fucking trends. They're all dumb. Even the fucking innocuous ones like dabbing or whatever, or planking or whatever. They're all equally stupid. They just have different consequences, but they're all equally fucking stupid. Anyway. I wondered what sort of fads had become popular in the outside world for that to happen. Really, really stupid ones. Not worth remembering. But before I could get right and proper rest from my upstanding work, I noticed that there was one more spirit left near the shore. Must have arrived while I was ferrying the last one. I approached it. I'm already on streak for today. Might as well keep it going. It was a small spirit, much tinier than the others. Must have been a kid, the poor thing. As I approached, it seemed to look me over, up and down and over my sight.
Excuse me, miss, but are you an angel?
I blushed a little. Haha, do I really look that gentle and pure?
An angel of death, I mean.
The spirit looked over my scythe again. Not quite. I'm but a humble Grim Reaper who ferries souls across the Sanzu River to the other side.
Oh, so I really have died then.
For such a tiny spirit, it seems to have quickly accepted its own death. Let's get you going then. Don't worry, the ride is relaxing. You just have to pay for it first. If you don't have any money, I'll have to throw you down under. The spirit panicked at my statement and began stirring around.
Money? I don't have any. My family was poor. Please don't throw me to the river, Miss Reaper.
Are you sure? Look at your pocket. The spirit looked and sure enough produced a heavy pouch of coins from its pocket.
Where did this...
Money in the afterlife is not based on your material wealth. It's based on the relations you had with people while living. The more people that loved you, the richer you'll be. Aw, yeah, that's really nice thing. In a grim way. Aw. And this, I pointed my scythe at the pouch, indicates that you were very loved indeed. The spirit relaxed after my explanation, then began looking downcast.
I see.
Come on, don't be a downer. With this much money, you can get a premium grade ride on the Titanic trademark. That's the name of a boat. Not many people get to experience it, even with my generous discounts. The spirit bowed down and offered me the entire pouch of coins. Are you sure? Offering me the entire thing? The tiny spirit did not hesitate to answer.
Well, I don't think I'll be needing any money once I'm dead, so...
What a curious thing. I took the pouch out of his trembling hands. 'Tis fine, you're right that money is worthless once you cross over. Most spirits don't realize that though, and try only to pay the minimum. Now let's not keep the yam waiting. As we reached the harbor, I climbed heartily atop the Titanic. Come on, what's the hold up? The spirit was standing there, looking almost disappointingly at my boat.
This is the Titanic?
Indeed, my deluxe, grandiose, precious Titanic is but a humble rowing boat meant for two people. The spirit noticed me looking at him and quickly covered its face, flushing.
I'm not to say it's a bad boat, but I expected something bigger from the name Titanic.
It may not look like it, but she's a real sturdy one, and the only thing that can ride on the Sanzu River. The spirit climbed the boat, then I started rowing with my scythe. So mind telling me about yourself, little spirit?
Well, my name is Noah. I'm only 10 years old, or was, I think now. And I like comic books a lot.
Noah covered his face as if in embarrassment. Comic books? So like manga, eh? What are you so embarrassed about? Everybody likes manga here.
Oh, well, it's just that my uncle, well, he was a comic book artist.
Ah, that's new. I've had artists in the past, but most of them were hundreds of years ago. Never ferried a modern comic artist. So what did he write about?
Superheroes. He wrote about a hero who fought injustice. He punished bad guys, saved innocents, and always sought the truth. He had this cool green cape and a checkered red-green scarf. He looked so cool. Do we recognize that?
Green cape and checkered red-green scarf. I'm not familiar with that one.
What was special about him was about how he dealt with the bad guys. The bad guys were always horrible, terrible people, but the hero sought to understand why they were terrible. They couldn't be saved, of course, but he could prevent more bad people from being created. I really admired him.
The kid almost began to cry. That sounds amazing. Your uncle must have been a great guy.
Yeah, he was. Never got popular, at least I don't think. But everybody in my village loved him. Someone even made a figure of the hero he made. I had it in my room.
You the figure? Ah, you must have been a big fan.
Yeah, I really loved the comics. It was my dream to be like him. I even tried drawing some comics of my own.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I wasn't that good at drawing, even if my family insisted that I was, but it was fun.
Maybe you could show me some of those comics you drew.
But there.
You could try to redraw them from memory, or make a new one. We've got a lot of time on our deck after all. Here, I took out a notebook. It's the notebook meant to record the data I gathered from the spirits to submit it for the Yama. It was very important. I randomly ripped a page out of it. This one had names from the day before. Well, I'm sure Miss Aki already got enough data from lecturing them, I thought. I offered the blank side of the paper alongside the pen to the spirit. Take this.
Oh, is this fine? I thought I was a ghost or something.
Yeah, this is a special paper that can be held even by ghosts. Also very expensive, but the ministry can all cover it, I thought. Come on, I wanna see.
Okay.
Noah began excitedly sketching on the page. Scratch, 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 skibble, 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 skibble.
And it's done.
Let me see. Ah, that's dope. Who's on the mousing hero? I'm mousing hero. When his owners are home, Buzon is simply a normal cat who spends most of his time sleeping under the bed. But in the darks of night and the busy working mornings, he harbors a secret life. Meow me meow meow. Translation: you will never disturb the peace of our peaceful cat village, evil Nafrin. Squeak tip tip squeak. Translation: tick tick tick, but my master tiger so desires your warm milk. Meow meow. Translation: then let her come and get it. Dust cloud fighting VFX. Squeak chip chip. Translation: don't think you'll want yet. I will come back. And so Buzon saves another day for the hidden cat village. Yay, that's simple, cute. This is so cute.
I based it on my own cat, who always suspiciously disappears in the mornings when I'm going to school. I have an entire saga thought up of it in my head.
That's really nice. How many did you make?
Well, I have lots of doodles and stuff, but full-on comic pages, maybe around 4. I wanted to make more, but my mom wouldn't allow me.
Why? The kid started crying.
One day, the day after my uncle published one of his new stories, he went out and never came back. None of us knew what happened to him. My mom said it was because what he wrote angered some very bad people, and told me that I should just abandon it.
Is that how you died as well?
Yeah, our village was attacked by these same bad guys. To think everyone that has enjoyed my uncle's comics just gone. I just hope at least that they won't be forgotten. That none of us would be.
If it's any consolation, I haven't had any comic artists to ferry yet. So there's a good chance he might still be alive out there somewhere. Noah looked at me.
Is that the case? Then I'm relieved. I just hope nothing bad happened to him.
I'll pray for you that that's the case. Shortly after, the shore came into view through the fog, and behind it, the great court of the Yama. Our trip was short. You know, most people take days to reach the other side. You must have been really loved.
Thanks, good meeper lady. I hope you have a good life, and that God blesses you.
Goodbye, and I hope the Yama judges you well. Noah disembarked and left for the Yama's hall. When I returned, I found lots of other spirits waiting for me. Usually I'd sulk at this kind of unexpected overwork, but I'm already on a streak for today. I might as well keep it going. Your son? I met him, yeah. He was such a sweet kid. Oh, later. Corndo, an antique shop on the outskirts of the human village, where the owner collects many of the odds and ends that end up being forgotten by the outside world. Ding ding. Welcome to Corndo. Oh, you're Miss Komachi, right? The Sunzu River Ferry Guide. Fancy seeing you here. So, what brings you? Looking for a pillow or something? I just got my paycheck and I thought I might find something interesting to spend it on here. Well, feel free to look around then. The shop was an unorganized mess with lazily plastered name tags and random items placed everywhere. But on one shelf, I found a figure, a superhero with a green cape and a checkered red-green scarf. I think I'll buy this one. Aw. That was a little bittersweet thing, Michikis. That was credit. Yeah. Anyway, written by Valonad, art by Tsinna. We've seen Tsinna before. Main music by Mujgun AX for this project. Ending music by Skip and a Beat for a prior project. Alright, there you go. And then next up, we have Eventide Reverie. A kitsune named Myoku and a tanuki named Aisako go on a dreamy rendezvous together. Aww. Written by Saisho, art by Sleepy, music by Saisho, first background by DJ Thunderheart for Pride Project. Alright, let's begin. Every night, forever. Once upon a time, in an unassuming section of the human village, two yokai resided. A tanuki, Aisako, of whom wished only to see the world united in harmony, be it between yokai and human, or human and beast. And a fox, Myoku, of which her travels have brought them far and wide, searching for companionship in a cold world. It was upon that star-dappled night that these two star-crossed yokai would meet, falling for each other that very night. But alas, neither would bring forth their feelings, not until recently. And so, it was on a similar starry night, the two of them laying together in bed, that the tanuki had an idea.
Mio? Yes, Aisako? I've been thinking. You mentioned you don't dream, right? Kind of. I guess it's much less not dreaming and not having. Sorry, it's hard to explain.
Nah, it's fine, Dork. Take your time, remember? Ain't no rush.
Alright. I guess to answer your question, I don't dream. No, so you're correct.
Okay, so, I had an idea that might involve transporting you to the dream world.
What?
Well, it ain't as far-fetched as you might think. So, you know my ability, as to speak?
Yeah, you can travel through dreams, right?
I was thinking, it might be possible to bring you with me if you can, just dream, I guess. It doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Oh?
Yeah, just dream about kissing me or whatever. Anything works.
I guess.
I'm joking around, but it is something I thought of. If you want, we can try going to this one real nice place tonight in our dreams, of course.
Why not? I don't see the harm in doing so.
Great! Have a wonderful night, Mio. Love ya.
I love you too, Aisako.
And so the two of them held each other close, cuddling as they passed into fantasy. Aisako awoke in an empty, dark void, whilst Miyoko awoke in a village surrounded by the bustle of a morning market. Moments passed by, and Aisako suddenly appeared through a small door out of nowhere. She held out her hand for the fox, of which she did take. And the two of them emerged on the other side, arriving at a small terrace overlooking a forest and a castle looming in the background. The world was cleansed in the permanent twilight, lights beaming from every which way.
What is this place?
The dream world, or something like that, acts as a central area for all the dreams, I think. I'm not too sure of the properties myself, but hey, it's quite nice to just sit here.
I guess. The stars and the moon are nice to look at here. Nice and clear. What's all that in the horizon, though? That weird wheel and the twisting thing?
Oh, those are called the Ferris wheel and the roller coaster, respectively, if I'm remembering what I've heard. They're rides from the outside world.
Noted. So, what now?
Honestly, I don't know. I only thought as far as ahead as bringing you here. Ain't anything else yet. Just thought it'd be nice to just bring you here.
I mean, this place is lovely, don't get me wrong. I'm intrigued about that twisting castle ahead and the rides. Yeah, the rides from the outside. But, are we just here until we wake up?
Yeah and no. We can sort of wake up whenever, Mio. But I just thought it'd be nice to just watch the stars here together, you know? We really spent... Hey guys! From the mysterious depths below did a stranger ascend. She was dressed in black and white and had a red sleeping cap atop her long blue hair. What's going on here, Aisako?
Who are you?
Oh, hi, Dormy.
Hello, as I asked, what's going on? Who's this? I can accept an irregularity such as yourself, given your abilities. But bringing another person here is a bad decision, you know?
Sorry, I guess I should have told you beforehand.
What's going on?
Don't worry, just, can I call you a friend?
I'm fine with it.
Well, a friend of mine is just checking in on us, since, you're technically not supposed to be here. I'll let her explain that, though.
Okay.
So, every time you dream, you expel your dream self into the real world, and then the real you comes here. That's the basic function of dreams. Although dreaming is an inherently natural process, being able to traverse dreams is peculiar. but still expected of some individuals. That'll be what some call lucid dreaming. Where things start to become irregular is when things such as the stuff your Tanuki friend here does happen.
I see. But this is still a dream, right?
Yeah and no. The dream world itself functions as both a place in fantasy, but also a semi-tangible place you can visit under the right circumstances.
What? Sorry? My head is hurting a bit.
Basically, you're asleep right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Regardless, I'm sorry, Dormy. Should have given you some kind of heads up.
It's fine. This ain't as problematic as when that one outside girl was causing problems by coming in and out. I was just stopping by to come check on what was going on, that's all. Have sweet dreams, you two.
And so the stranger floated loftily back the way she came, disappearing in a font of pink, floaty mist. I was scared for a second, if I'm being honest.
She seems nice.
She is. People, or more of those who know her, call her a ruler of the dream world. I bet she's something more of a zookeeper or babysitter. She just keeps an eye on dream versions of real people leaving.
I think I understand. Sorry, I'm still a little confused by trying to piece together what she said.
You're literally fine, Mio. Besides, if it helps you feel any better, I don't know much myself.
I guess. I don't really know what to talk about.
Yeah, kinda awkward after Dormy just showed up.
I mean, I guess we can talk about how our day's been. So, how's yours been?
Oh, doing nothing much. Same old song as always. I guess I got to watch our friends do a bit of sparring, so that was nice. Other than that, I just sat around and read a book all day.
What book?
Something about an old geezer trying to catch a really big fish. I think it's just called literally The Old Man and the Sea.
Seems interesting.
It's alright. Kinda taking a while to read since it's in English, but I've been slowly translating it.
Alright, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, you can also read and somewhat speak other languages, right?
Oh, yeah. I can understand a modicum of English, alongside being able to fluently write and read Latin. Other than that, though, nothing else?
I see. Trying to think of any other questions,
Well, to be fair, I didn't give my response to my own question.
Oh, right, yeah. So how's your day been, Mio?
Oh, very similar, kind of. Went out to that one cafe and met that shrine maiden's girlfriend. She was very lovely to talk to.
That's nice to hear. I'm trying to remember her name.
I can't remember right now.
That's fine. I still need to meet her at some point. Well, maybe another time.
Speaking of, when we wake up, would you want to maybe go on another date?
I'd love to, Mio. Although, in a way, this sort of counts as one,
I guess. You know what I mean, though.
I do, I'm just playing with ya. You're so cute when you get flustered.
Shut up.
And you feeling better? Not feeling down?
I mean, yeah. Speaking of, I did open up to that person I mentioned, Tamoko's girlfriend and all. It felt freeing, I guess. Not holding back what was on my chest. I felt happier after doing so. Although I minorly felt bad for dampening the mood with my questions and what I said.
Mio, I'm sure you were fine. If anyone's dating that little goober, it's probably someone as open-minded as her, no doubt. Remember what I said, don't assume the worst about everything. As I've said before,
if someone isn't willing to give me time, I shouldn't give them any either.
Just remember, not everyone hates you. Same thing is true inverted. You need to give people time as well.
Alright, I'm sorry, I just...
No apologizing for stuff you ain't required to apologize for.
Right. I guess I just have been kind of moody in general lately. Although I know you're talking generally. I've been doing better though. I'm sure even now you can notice progress.
You're certainly a much different person from when we met on that mountain for the first time. For the better, of course.
I know what you meant, idiot.
Really now?
No, I obviously didn't. I clearly interpreted that as you saying that you hate me. Wow, what was me?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Seriously though, I appreciate even just you saying that. It means a lot to me. Even though my mind tries to convince me otherwise, my heart knows you wouldn't lie to me. So, thank you. I know I've ushered those words to you so many times, countless so, but I mean it every single time, Isako. Thank you, truly. It's really no problem, Mio. You know, I just want to see the best in everyone. I'm really happy I can help you. I'm really happy that I can be with you. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if we hadn't met. I remember you telling me this one night we went to go stargazing atop the Yokai Mountain. Mm-hmm. I don't really have much else to say right now. I have one more thing. I appreciate you introducing me to your friends. I don't know, but it feels like even though we're all, well, we're barely related at all, only bonded together by the fact that we're all weirdos, but the Misfits feel like a family of sorts. If you get what I'm saying. Maybe it's the human part of me that refuses to die, but it feels nice having a pseudo family you can run to. Even if I don't particularly interact with most of them, I still appreciate them being there. For me. For you. For us. Other than that, though, I think I'm content. Do you want to just watch the Twilight Horizon then? Spellbound by an eventide reverie, caught in the rays of a twilight sanctuary. Look at you, using fancy words. But yes, that would be quite pleasant.
And so the two of them huddled together, wrapping their arms around each other's backs. And they watched the moon shine brilliantly, its brightness intensifying softly. And as they did, the tanuki gave the fox a quick peck on the cheek. And yet in another fantasy someone did sit, laying on their stomach, a book in their hands. And this person was writing in it, the book with a big D inscribed on the cover, and a bookmark which had an end resembling a tail. Ah, sweet dreams indeed, you two. Sweet dreams indeed. Well, that was neat. That was neat. That was neat and cute. And finally, we have a fairy named Eternity. Eternity Larva meets a lifelong friend. Written by Goopy, art by Ice Lemon, background by DJ Thunderheart for Pride Project, music by Wookie Walk for a Pride Project. Ice Lemon as well. I think that's the name I've seen before as well. Anyway, by the little thingamajiggy. Many years ago.
Hello? You're a long way from the village. Are you lost? I snuck out. Are you crying? What's wrong? One of the boys, Kyo, played a prank on me. Really? That sounds fun. Pranks are fun. Well, I did think it was fun. Everyone laughed at me. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to see them, so I ran away and came out here. Well, do you want me to keep you company? I don't care. Want me to prank them back? I can prank them back for you. Fairies are real good at pranks. No, I don't want that. Oh, I can use the Maku. I can blast them if you want. No, I don't want anyone to get hurt. Ah. Then, do you want to play? I'll be your friend, and then we can play together. Come on. There's this really big tree nearby I can show you. We can climb it. Okay. What's your name? Mine's Akiko.
Oh wait, no, other way around.
Eternity. Eternity? That's a very long time. What do you mean? Sensei said eternity is an awfully long time. Oh, well, I don't really know anything about that. Well, come on.
Later.
Oh, look at what I got. Whoa, what is that? Is it a toy? No, it's a hair booch. My mom let me get it. It looks like a butterfly. Yeah, I got it because the wings are pretty, just like yours. I think my wings are much prettier than that. Yeah, oh well. I still think it's pretty. I want one. Can I get one too? This was the only one I saw. Ow. Maybe the jeweler will make another one? Maybe then you can get that one. I don't want to wait.
Later.
I don't understand this homework assignment. So annoying. Then just don't do it. I can't do that. Why not? I never do homework Miss Kinda gives us. Well, I think you have different circumstances. Circumstances? Besides, I don't want my grades to be bad. Oh. It's funny you have school too. I wonder why we don't go at the same time.
Maybe they're worried we'll have too much fun. Those teachers sure seem to hate fun.
Later. Oh, it's been years now.
I was thinking of opening a shop to sell flowers.
Sell flowers? You can just pick flowers for free.
Well, maybe you can, but some people can't.
Really? Humans sure are weird.
Plus, some flowers are harder to get than others. And they don't always have a fairy friend who can help them.
Please don't send me to pick something on the mountain again. Those Tengu are no fun.
I've been studying up on flower language.
Flower language? Can you talk to flowers? Are you going to become like the flower yokai?
What? No, I'm not becoming yokai.
Okay, phew. She's scary sometimes. Though Akiko can sometimes be pretty scary too.
What was that?
Later.
I'm actually getting married soon to Kyo.
Kia, I thought that was the kid that was mean to you.
Oh, you remember that? Huh. Well, sometimes people change. Especially when they're not a child anymore.
I see. Humans sure are weird.
She's a granny now. Aw. Later.
Granny, have you seen Akiko around?
Eternity. I'm Akiko.
What? But your hair's all gray.
That's because I've gotten older, remember? I told you last time. I guess to a fairy like you, I'll always still be that same little child.
Later.
Do you want to play?
No, I think I'd rather just sit, dear.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I know you're always so energetic. I haven't been able to get out here much anymore. It's much harder for me. But I'm so glad I got to see this place with you again.
Later.
Akiko, you came back.
Sorry, that's not my name.
Did you change it?
My name's Akane. You're thinking of my grandmother.
Grandmother? Akiko, where is she? Will she be here soon? I want to play.
She's not coming.
What? But why not?
Does she not like me anymore? My grandmother passed.
Passed? Passed what? Her test?
She's dead, you stupid fairy.
Dead?
Anyway, I came here to give you this.
Dead?
She insisted I give this to you.
The pretty brooch.
I think we should have sold it to cover her funeral, but she insisted.
But wait, Akiko, we'll come back, right?
She's never coming back. I'm going now.
A life of immortals like that. Especially playful ones.
The brooch.
I love it. I've always wanted it. So why am I crying?
What's your name? Mine's Akiko.
Eternity.
Eternity? That's a very long time.
Indeed it is. Ending on a bit of a bitter note. That was good though. But yeah, some of these immortal things are also just childlike. So that's a very fascinating way. Thing to consider. That was good. These were all good. I really enjoyed this one. This was great. Pop-up Gensokyo. Let's read the credits again because I've forgotten most of them. Raft of the Usamis. That was a silly little thing. Anyway, written by Megapig 9001, art by DJ Thunderheart, music arranged by Jacoder, music composed by Woody Wookiewalk. Sword Protector, written by Solaris Sect, art by Sleepy, music by Funbill, special thanks to Kishinjo for Tamako's original design. The Natural Way, written by Molly Yancey, art by Molly Yancey, most music by Wookiewalk, final song by Saisho. The Young Spirit, written by Valonad, art by Tsinna, main music by Mushgun AX, ending music by Skip and a Beat. Eventide Reverie, written by Saisho, art by Sleepy, music by Saisho, first backup by DJ Thunderheart. And A Fairy Named Eternity, we just read that by the way, written by Goopy, art by Ice Lemon, backup by DJ Thunderheart, music by Wookiewalk. There we go. Because the credits are right there, I remembered about them. Anyway, that's that for Pop-Up Gensokyo. This was a lovely amalgamation of different little stories. Very different moods in each of them. Good stuff. But it ended on a downer. But that's how it works sometimes. Sometimes we end on downers. And let's just have a thought. Maybe a bit of cry. A little bit. And then, I don't know, go eat some ice cream or something. Because that helps things. And think about life. And death. And eternity. And those fucking race cars in the background.